W7ITL, test 1, 2, 3, test 1, 2, 3, test 1, 2, 3.
Good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airways with digital amateur television in the DVB-T format. We transmit on 70 centimeters to a crossband repeater on Cougar Mountain, which spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. To find out more about our group, please Google WW7ATS. That's Google WW7ATS. That will take you to our homepage on the history about our organization. Also, you will find a link to YouTube, where we stream our nets held Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. Also, we'd like to thank the SeaTac Repeater Association for letting us use WW7SR's repeater 14708.5 for our voice transmissions for the nets. Or needs to make a contact on the 08 machine before the net gets underway. Again, this is Dave, KD7ZY. Welcome back to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Again, I'm Dave, KD7ZY. The video link already is Ron, KD7QKU in Tacoma. Bob, K9P. 7ITX. Wade, W7 Tacoma. Jim, N7QO in Covington. U7N in Northeast Bellevue, James. And this is Dave, KD7ZYM. Does anybody else wish to check into the net? Again, welcome back to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Let's start off with Ron in Tacoma, KD7QKU.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dave, QKU, and good evening to everyone. Nice to see everyone. Boy, what a... Oh, my camera quit. Hang on just a second. I don't know what's going on here. My camera worked absolutely fine for a long time, and now all of a sudden it's acting up. So anyway, I don't know, my camera acted up. It wants to do an update or download or something, and it shuts off. I don't know what got into it, but anyway, it's done that the last 2 or 3 times. So anyway, I was saying what a beautiful day. I saw 80 degrees here on the thermometer in my front yard. The thermometer hangs underneath a tree in the shade about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. It could have been warmer. I didn't look later. That was kind of early afternoon. So let's see. last night was another beautiful evening. We went to a baseball game. Joanne's niece, Jenny, her son Blake plays in a, I guess you'd say, Little League team. He's a pretty big kid, but plays Little League. It's not a school. And they were in a playoff game, and they lost, so now they're out. Season's over for them. Afterwards, we all went to Wendy's and had a hamburger and a Frosty and a few things. And then we had given, no, I guess we rode with Joanne's sister. So then we ended up back at their house, and we visited with them for a while, and then called it an evening and came home. So that was a nice day. It was nice weather. All right, back to net, KD7QKU.
K7ITX, timeout, W7ITL.
Welcome back. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. Well, let's go to Bob, K9PQ in Bothell. K9PQ, thanks with that. Unfortunately, audio didn't follow through, but I don't think you wanted to be a silent key at this point. But anyway, the picture did come in well. Coming up next is Richard, K7ITX. What say you, Richard? Again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. Let's see if we can pick up Richard, K7ITX.
K7ITX. Okay, well, here I am. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I'm going to assume that you can. I'm at the Northwest Kidney Center in Kent, Washington, having my dialysis treatment. That's kind of weird calling it. Here I am, stepping in. Had a little bit of trouble hearing some of the first reports. I did catch Dave on my call sign of what the heck, and here I is. So, well, I spent most of the morning up at the University of Washington. That went reasonably well. I didn't like all the information I came back. That information being that I may need to take a trip to Phoenix, Arizona in the near future. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get around. I'm going to try. Let's see what else. And then on the way back from the University of Washington, back again, I have to drive by South Center. So, well, yeah, hey, we need to stop there and get some jolly. Some of you guys might remember me raving about the fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy that you get at Jolly. Boy, I'm telling you, I hate to admit it, but I really picked it out. I had 5 pieces, 2 drumsticks, 2 drumsticks, 2 thighs, and a breast. And then the fried chicken, or the mashed potatoes and gravy that go with it. So, anyway, I'm sitting high on the hog right now, so I better pass it on. K7 ITX, back to net control.
W7ITL, thanks with that. Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. I'll pause momentarily in case we have somebody that wishes to check in via the internet on KD7CYM. Again, welcome back to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Let's go to Tacoma to Wade, W7ITL.
Well, hello everybody. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. It's getting so hot in this house that I had to turn the air conditioning on in my shack here. I'm glad and blessed to have a little air conditioning needed. So today is work. Looking forward to the weekend. I have going to Seaside. Check out. Well, there's an echo on my audio today. I'm not sure what's causing that. Let's see if I can turn it down. Is audio still echoing? We'll just keep going. We'll figure it out afterwards. So yeah, what I was saying. I was going to Seaside on Friday. We'll be there for 2 days. To do the CPAC fest that they're going to have on in Oregon. So looking forward to that. It's looking forward to that. Other than that, I've been working on the DATV at the Radio Club Tacoma. I think in the last net I talked about how we put the ILMR 600 and that didn't really solve it yet. So we're going to put some more height on the antenna. And then besides that, I've been really focused on mesh TASIC. It's pretty fun stuff. Since the last time we spoke, I put 2 more nodes on my roof. So now I have a mesh core, which is a variant of mesh TASIC, not compatible. It's supposed to be a little more robust. And then I put a mesh TASIC long fast node up there, and I have a mesh TASIC medium fast. They all different channels, different modulations. So that's been kind of what I've been working on the last couple days. Let's see. Oh, Richard, and you're having chicken. Sounds really delicious. Tonight we had spaghetti and sausage. It's like a spaghetti sausage kind of meal. Wouldn't call it spaghetti, just noodles and sausage. It was pretty good though. Let's see. I think that's about all I got for this round. Yeah, just reiterating everything is very good today, and weather has just been excellent this week. So turn it back to our net control, Dave. This is W7ITL. Back to net.
QO in Covington. Jim, what say you?
And the 7QO. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, everyone. Well, yeah, nice day today for sure. I wound up running some errands. I wasn't planning to do that, but my wife had some other thoughts, so I ran some errands today. And it was a nice day to be out. Let's see, my thermometer actually hit 90 degrees here at the house. Actually 90.6, but that's, I don't know, not exactly calibrated with a traceability to the National Bureau of Standards. So, but really nice. A little bit of wind during the day, but not bad. And pleasant now. Right now it's showing 75 degrees here. And I have 69 degrees in the shack. It doesn't get much sun on this side where I am. Let's see. Oh yeah, Bob, we got no audio from you on 2 meters, and no audio from you on the television repeater either. But it looked like you were trying to show us maybe an old repeater. I say that because I saw a VITS box on there, the VITS inserter, so that's my guess. Dick, we heard you fine on 2 meters and on a television repeater. You sound good at the dialysis center now. Jolly chicken, 5 pieces. Oh my goodness, that sounds great. Glad you're enjoying that. Glad you're able to get out and do a little something there. That's really good to hear. And Wade, looking forward to Seaside. Yeah, that should be enjoyable. I've never made it down to Seaside. And I noticed something, a sort of countdown timer. I'm curious what exactly that's for, and it looks like it's set for, what, about 2.5 minutes or something like that. I think we can actually go longer than that. Seems to me someone, maybe Rich, changed that on this machine, but anyway, curious about that. And My video does seem to be a little bit intermittent tonight. It'll cut out a few times per minute. I'm trying to get a good count, but something seems to always happen that negates that around here. But anyway, good to hear everyone. Good to see everyone that I can hear. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
Coming up next is James WU7N in Northeast Bellevue.
Almost. Let's see if I can get what I really wanted. Give me just a minute. Okay. Good evening, everyone. 87 here from Clydeville. Let me remove the audio there. I see bars moving. I expect that my audio is getting to everyone. So first, just a couple of notes. Richard, I hope all goes well. Into dialysis there. And always good to have you here in the net. Ron, I need to learn from that camera. This thing can be more annoying than the Windows update. So it's like they're doing something there. That's quite impressive. And I'm glad that we registered kind of annoying messages. They really want you to do something, but I have no idea where they're getting the updates. Bob was quite scared. I thought I had something dramatically wrong on the audio, but then I realized that your audio was also not on the TV. So I assume there's some mute on your side that the audio wasn't coming out. And Dave, interesting enough, just before I started my transmission right now. I noticed that your signal was quite high. So I wonder if it's really your antenna or something on the cable or some connection there. Suddenly you had a very high signal as you're passing to me. I'm wondering if it's really your antenna or something else. And to Jim's question, we're about to see it. We can count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what will happen now is at the 2 meters. So what happened there is that 2 meters stopped. Why? So it's 2 minutes and a half on a timer. So that when it's transmitting from the DATV All-Star node and then to 2 meters, so that it doesn't time out the repeater. Because if it would just continue to transmit, it would time out. So that's like a 4-second interruption. And the echo link supports all the way to 3 minutes. But I set this up for 2 minutes and a half. We have always a good safety interval. So it's 2 minutes and a half for whoever comes through OBS or it's on the RTMP or the DVB-T. And then after those 2 minutes and a half, there's a 4 second cool down period, and then it rearms again. And this is what I had Bob last week to make sure that there's a good perspective when it stops. On the mesh testing, core and others, it's definitely a lot of activities. And Wade, I've been following along on the Discord for the mesh tastic also. There's lots of people with many opinions I can see. The messages on a daily basis are pretty useless. Just couple of people sending hi and good evening and stuff. On the Discord, there's definitely more agitation. But like you, I think I now have more nodes than I can ever use them. I do carry that little one, the tracker. That's very convenient. It's kind of like a credit card size, and I like that one a lot. I have it on my backpack. And that's pretty good. All right. I think that's the full demonstration of the system. I can see that I'm getting in through the DVB repeater just fine. Today I'm using this microphone, which is on my lapel. I'd be curious to hear kind of what's called. I would be curious to hear if this audio is better than the one that was coming directly from the camera. Back to you, Dave. Net control from 87 NP.
87 NP, thanks with that. And let's see if we can pick up James, WU7N, James.
I'm going to try and come in via OBS, turn the volume down on the 2 meters, and all of my audio now is coming strictly over the internet via OBS into the Cougar Mountain system and then getting rebroadcast on 2 meters. Big hat tip to Carlos. That is absolute magic that you got that to work. Ron, what I saw flashed on the screen briefly, it said update complete. So if the camera was made in China, rest assured that the CCP knows everything on your camera now. So that's probably going to work just fine. Let's see, Ron, it sounds like you also spent some good time with your family there. Sporting events, can't beat that. I did not hear any audio for Bob, but I guess it wasn't only my site. I guess everyone else had that same problem. Richard, fried chicken sounds wonderful, and I'm glad to hear you're healing up there at the center and getting the blood cleaned out. That sounds like a good thing to do. Wade, you were asking if you had echo. I did not hear any echo. I was listening to you on 2 meters, and so I did not hear any echo. So I'm not sure where you're getting that echo from. I did not hear it here in Northeast Bellevue on the 2 meters directly off the repeater. It sounds like you really are in Mesh-tastic, but from what Carlos tells me, it is a fantastic solution in search of a problem, maybe. I'm not sure. I saw one for $17 on Amazon, so I think I'm going to probably go for that one just to say I have one, and maybe I can get it up in the tree in my backyard and become a router or repeater for everybody else or something. Well, it did get pretty toasty warm here this afternoon. I guess it's supposed to rain and be cooler the rest of the week. At least rain tomorrow is forecast. It did not get up into the 90s here. It was forecast to be between 80 and 85 in Northeast Bellevue. I think it definitely got up to like 81, 82 degrees out in my green belt, which probably means it was 83 or about a Fahrenheit degree higher out front. But definitely warm enough that I took my walk in the morning and then did a couple of errands throughout the day. So anyway, let's see, I'm down to my last 10 seconds here, it looks like, before it hits a reset. So this is James, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue. Back to net control. Take it away, Dave.
WU7N, thanks with that. And this is Dave, KD7ZYM in Lake City. I got 70 degrees and sunny outside right now. Boy, what a beautiful day. I got a chance to go for a walk in the neighborhood and got a little yard work done. But I guess the highlight of the week so far was Memorial Day, and my condolences to the cow that gave up his ribeye steak for me. I had gone to Costco, and I really would say their ribeye steaks are fantastic. They're not small, they're a whole pound apiece, but I tell you, My son-in-law grilled it, and I didn't think I could finish the whole steak, but I managed to. As the saying goes, I can't believe I ate the whole thing, but it was just delicious. So with that, I'm going to send it back up to Ron, KD7QKU in Tacoma.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dave. This is Ron again. Carlos, before I forget, your audio was really good. I enjoyed it. You're always good, but I think this was almost better, I thought. Sounded really good. And Richard, Jolly Bee's Chicken. You know, I know where Jolly Bee's Chicken is over here at the mall, but I never have had any, so I guess I'm going to have to go try it. It's I like chicken. I couldn't eat 5 pieces. We get at Safeways in the deli, they have a cheap chicken Monday, and you get 8 pieces of chicken for $5.95. So quite often, especially in the wintertime, especially when Joanne was sick, I went over there and got it a lot. So I enjoyed their cheap chicken Monday. Meshtastic, oh my. So I've been trying it every place I go. I've been carrying it in my pocket except for today. I turned it off last night and I haven't carried it today. So I haven't been able to get a message into Wade as far as I know at all. I've tried, you know, the fast long, and I have it on 7 hops, and I always get, I was in the south end, and it would acknowledge that it reached another node, but it apparently never got to Wade because I think I even sent him a text and asked him if he had seen it, but he hadn't seen a message, so I kind of have given up on it. I think if you were a kid in school and you wanted to text message your buddy or your girlfriend, I think it would work great, but I don't know. I just can't get it to hop to where I want it to go, I guess. There's many nodes in this area, and there was nodes around where I was at, but like I say, I couldn't get a message through. And right now, the temperature's dropping here fast. I have 63.8. It's nice and cool. Of course, this thermometer's on the back of the house in the shade, so I don't know what it was earlier, but it's been cool. I actually did turn the air conditioner on in this room for a few minutes before I came in to cool it down here. I may turn it on again before we go to bed. Might do the same thing with the whole house and bring the temperature down just a little bit. Gee, not too much else going on. The kids we live across from the park, and there's kids are having a big ball game over there tonight. If I wasn't on the net, I'd probably take my lawn chair and walk over there. Kids had uniforms on, so I imagine it's a playoff game or something. Lots of parents are over there, so sometimes it's fun to watch the kids play. So I guess that's about it. I'll just send it back. Thanks, Dave. This is KD7QKU. Back to you.
Back to you.
Go for Bob again, K9P.
And
K9PQ.
You hear me this time? Yeah, it was operator error. I had my audio. Oh, they got a thumbs up, and I heard myself back through the headphones, so that's good. Um, yeah, I had the audio source set wrong, and I normally don't have to do that, but I was playing around with a few things. So yeah, one of the things I was playing around with, what I was showing you guys before, was this, and I just learned how to do a video slideshow. It's very simple, but I had never tried it before. So do a slideshow of files on my computer. You just give it a directory and it does all the files in the directory. And so this just was one I happen to have handy. It's our own analog repeater from several years ago. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you that was my little demo of something that I now know how to do. So I'll be setting up some others for doing slideshows like that. Let's see. Yeah, Jollibee's chicken. Yeah, you've mentioned that, Richard. I don't think they have any up here, so I think I'm out of luck. And the Dave, a few people here, Wade and Carlos maybe won't get this, but my response to your I can't believe I ate the whole thing is you ate it, Ralph. So some people should know that reference. The high temperature today was 84.7, and we are at 69.8 right now, and it has dropped maybe half a degree since we started the net. So it's coming down, but slowly. It's still 79 in this room, partly because of the computer warming things up and my body warming things up. 74 elsewhere in my house. Um, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but when I got things ready to sell, I realized I had one sensor left over. I've got three external, remote sensors, and then the local one that I'm looking at. And I thought, oh, I'll put it in the refrigerator. So now I can keep an eye on the temperature in the refrigerator. I assumed there's enough sheet metal around it; it would be like a Faraday cage, but no. Oh, I think I need to wait. Waiting. Okay, I think we're back again. Okay, so uh, yeah, so it's nice. I can keep an eye on the refrigerator. What I found, surprisingly, is it was getting too cold. Um, which will affect certain things you don't want to freeze, which I had completely forgotten about. And mayonnaise is one of them. So I got out some mayonnaise to put on a sandwich, and it came out kind of watery and weird. And I shook it up, and I think maybe got it back to normal. At least it's okay. It's not bad or anything, but it separates. Um, okay, well, that's enough for now. Oh no, I did have one other thing, and that is I went to a park yesterday, Meadowbrook Park by Dave. Actually, I think that's the one he goes to pretty often, where there you can see a beaver from time to time, and we did see a beaver. And even more interesting was we saw a hatching pair of great blue herons and a nest with the baby great blue herons in it. They were feeding them. One had come back and was feeding them. It was really cool to see. And we didn't have a real good view of it, but just you could hear all the all the little herons, making noise as they were begging for food, and then as they were getting food. It was really cool to hear. Okay, I'll send it back.
Okay, I'll send it back.
K9PQ, thanks with that. Let's see if we can get Richard, K7ITX. Richard, are you available?
K7ITX.
I'm having a little bit of a challenge following along. With just an iPhone, I have my fingertip. There's three places that I would like to be. I'd like to be on Echolink. I'd like to be watching the streaming on the website. And I'd like to be on Discord as well. But that's the whole path for my little iPhone. So no, I'm not doing that. So the only news I have is I'm wondering if when I get home tonight, if I'm going to find some portraits of Nika on the fireplace mantle. Debbie said that she got several pictures of Nika printed out, and I guess it was Walgreens for like $2 $2.49. And so I'm not sure how I like having Nico on the fireplace now, because it may just add to my grief and bring tears to my eyes. But you gotta get over it. Nika had a great life, 17 years, and it was sad how she went, but it was everything we did at the end was very dignified, and I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. So with that, I'll send it back to Net Control. K7ITX.
K7ITX, thanks for that. Well, let's pick up Wade.
Wade. W7ITL, Wade. W7ITL, Wade in Tacoma.
All right. Well, what a wonderful net. I had to take my hand off. I was getting so hot. So for my messy hair. Yeah, Jollibee's chicken. I don't think I've eaten that yet. My son. I think there's one in this. Yes, there is definitely some strong personalities in the Discord there. There's a couple people that are almost like I won't use the word, but they're like a mystical creature of the long time ago. We won't use the word. Let's see. But it is a problem. And I love to solve problems. I think I like it so much. So we are getting close. To getting a node at Cougar. We're just dealing with the circulator, and getting a cavity filter set up. We had a really good test. When we were up there last weekend. I think it was last weekend. Yeah, we were hearing stations. We were able to hear stations from Everett all the way to Tacoma while the online. So I think if we can get online up there, I think that's really going to help out with people's propagation. There's not a lot of strong stations out there. A lot of people out there. A lot of people have their pockets that are in their pockets, sitting on their desk. They don't do a really good job penetrating walls. They're only putting out 22 dB gains. So they don't propagate very far. They also share part of the spectrum that's very close to LTE, and 5G, Some of the 5G channels are very close to that. So if you're a cell site, you're going to have a really hard time getting your signal out there. That's why the cavity filters are important for a good repeater. So that's going to be really fun. Go up there probably in a couple of weeks. Whenever Chris gets his gear together. He's accumulating all the things back on the air. Put it back on the air to be in the commercial site. So yeah, that's all I got to report on Meshtastic. I think this will probably die out in a couple months. As I get probably tired of not being able to hear people. If we can't get it to work on the repeater up at Cougar. So yeah, my signal on long fast. I can get it about 5 miles without a repeater. Mesh core in its current configuration. I could probably get 3 to 4 blocks. Or if I have a line of sight with the other station, I can probably get about 2 miles. So it's not very good at propagating. And it's one of the things Mesh core is supposed to solve. It requires a repeater. You can't use messages. You can't use your node to repeat to other nodes. So there's a hierarchical structure. So if that becomes more popular, it'll help populate. There's too many stations. They're chattering. It's causing a lot of congestion on the channel. So that's about all I got to say on that. And let's see what else. Net is working really good tonight. I like the timer. To be honest, I haven't really been watching it. But I think it's good for folks. I think it's good for folks that want to make sure that their audio is not noticing I'm still coming in on the 2 meter, which is good. So very good. Yeah. I think that's all I got to say. For this round. I'll send it back to Dave. This is W7ITL.
Dave, this is W7ITL.
W7ITL, thanks with that. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, for an
Washington Amateur Television. Well, let's pick up Jim in 7. Jim, what say you?
And 7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Carlos, thank you for the explanation of that, and I see better now how that timer is working. Seems like a good idea and useful. Ron, you're talking about Safeway. Yeah, my wife likes that cheap chicken Monday as well. My wife and I are both rather thrifty, and she seems to be particularly fond of Mondays rolling around for that. Having said that, we've never tried Jolly Bees, so maybe that's too far for us to go. Sorry, Dick, it sounds wonderful, but we're not going to go that far unless we happen to be that way for something else. Hopefully, I'll keep that in mind, and maybe go there when I can remember. Bob, thanks for the repeater pictures. That did look familiar there, and birds. Yeah, I heard something on television. There was some sort of crane that is a bird-type crane that escaped from the Cougar Mountain Zoo. They found it, but he was a free bird for a few hours, a couple of days maybe. Yeah, probably at least a couple of days, because they were looking for him on the television. So I didn't know there was a zoo at Cougar Mountain. Have to run by there sometime. Dick, yeah, Mika, my condolences. Everyone enjoyed watching her from time to time. A constant companion. Sorry. And Wade, just one comment. A couple of times your picture froze up, and along with it, your audio did, but also the 2-meter audio froze up while your picture on the television repeater and its audio froze up. So I don't know, I'm scratching my head a little bit on that one, but just an observation I'm making. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
And 7QO.
But a black screen here, so I don't know if anyone can hear me or not. Let me switch over. Oh, there I am. Well, anyway, let's see. Ribeye steak. I've always said that's the deal with animals. We give them the best life possible, and then it's the height of their career to be on my barbecue. It's their job. But yeah, Costco does put out some really good meat. That is certainly true. And Richard, yeah, missing a pet. You know, I find myself thinking all the time of the dog that I grew up with, and he passed away in the late 1970s. So pets always stay with you. They have shorter lifespans than us, and as many as you have, you always remember them. I was scheduled to take care of someone's cat just down the street for several stints this summer, and that cat passed away just before my first scheduled cat sitting session there. So I'm glad that the cat did pass away when the owner was home, so that the owner could be with the cat rather than be off in Hawaii or someplace, and then I would have to kind of deal with the whole thing. So that was a big disappointment because the cat was very, very shy. I suspect it had come from some sort of abuse background. Because when I very first came over there, it would want nothing to do with me, and I took care of it a couple of times and tried some basic Skinner behavior modification techniques for training, and the cat finally came around. So the last time I took care of the cat, it was actually jumping up in a chair with me and had decided I was a good source of food and a good source of petting and other human comfort. So I was really sorry to see it go, even though I really knew it for a pretty short period of time, or at least it tolerated me for a short period of time. Wade, next time we get together, which I would imagine we'll be seeing each other, I think you needed an antenna from me. You'll have to explain to me more about how the hierarchical version of Meshtastic works. I'm interested in this technology, but it doesn't sound somehow incredibly practical. So always willing, ready, and able to learn more. Hopefully the able part. So anyway, well, I see I just passed 2.5 minutes, and looks like I've wrapped around here. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it back since we have 8 minutes left. This is James, Whiskey Uniform 7 November in Northeast Bellevue with the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Let me turn it back to Dave, our net control.
Carlos, 87 NP in Clyde Hill.
Okay. Bars moving, signal on 2 meters, this is 87. Oh, I forgot to put the lapel mic on me. So hopefully this will do better. So I think we explained some of the details, and I'm glad things seem to be working. And, I mean, there's no need to respect the 2.5. No one should feel that that's a limit. This is just for the echo link to not time out, and so it's just a 4-second intermission. And Jim, to what happened there with Wade, and Wade, I was going to mention this also. Your signal into the. Well, I don't know if it was your signal into the repeater or just the PC there was having some trouble, so there was definitely some cuts, and was directly at the repeater for sure. To Bob's note, I mean, the OBS, which is what I'm using now to send the video into the DVB-T transmitter, is quite flexible in terms of what you can do. The note that you mentioned about slideshow, as you said, here's kind of the pictures that I use for the video. I can easily kind of just do that. Kind of easy to switch between the cameras. I think I had. It's also easy to capture any window on the screen. This is an example. This is an example. New acquisition that I finally installed. The Flex Radio. 8600, which is a very nice radio. I mean, looking at it is just a box. But I really like kind of using the software here on the PC and so. And again, OBS, you can just tell it capture the image that the window is on the screen and just send it to OBS, which is another one. Which was also what I used, to just capture this mesh-tastic map, one of the community that lists all the different nodes in the area, and so quite flexible in terms of how to switch between the different images here, which is pretty good. I think the one on the phone has features like this. I mean, Wade the other day was just showing a video that was recording on his phone. So it's also possible even from the Streamlabs on the phone to do that. Which is another option. And on the mesh-tastic integration. I mean, it's definitely an interesting exercise. I'm just a little. I don't know how much. This community seems very unruly and not clear. How the thing is going to evolve. I was waiting to see if Lee would show up tonight. I have news to share with him on my CNC system. And so I'll keep that for the next video. I'll prepare a video of my first milling activities to share with the net. And that's it for now. Back to DATV 87 NP here in Clyde Hill.
NP, thanks for that. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. Well, pretty much all the pictures have been coming across very good this evening, and audio also has been excellent in the transmissions. I have a tendency to be cutting out every once in a while what's going on there sometimes. So anyway, again, many thanks to
everybody.
So I'm going to pass it back to Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, well thank you very much, Dave. KD7QKU here. Well, it looks like we're just about out of time. I'm just going to say 73. I always enjoy hearing and seeing everyone and see what everybody's up to. It's always wonderful. So, good night all. KD7QKU.
KU, thanks with that. Well, let's pick up Bob, K9PQ. K9PQ, what say you?
Well, it's just good to see everybody tonight, and yeah, it was a beautiful day today. I didn't get out much today, and I'm happy that it's cooling down. It's still warm inside, but with my house all set up for selling, I took my portable air conditioners down. They're either in the garage or in storage. So I'm hoping we don't get too far into the summer before this this condo sells, because I may have to set those up and take them down every day just to make sure that they aren't making the place look ugly while they sit there. Okay, well, great to hear everyone tonight and see everyone. We'll catch you next time around. K9.
K9PQ, thanks with that. And we got K7ITX, K7ITX, K7.
Okay, well, geez, I almost bailed on you guys. So that's not much for a final here. I enjoyed the beautiful afternoon after I got home and had my wonderful dinner. So, yeah, but I guess it's not going to be quite as warm tomorrow. Anyway, looking forward to sunny days and summer coming. So with that, I'll say 73 to everybody, and that will be K7ITX. Good night, everyone. Back to Net Control.
And this is Dave, KD7ZYM in Lake City, and we'd like to thank the SeaTac Repeater Association for letting us use WW7STR's repeater 147.08 for voice transmissions. So on behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, this is Dave, KD7ZYM, signing off the net at 9:01. Good evening all.
ITX disconnected. Seven.